All right, y'all. What's good? We are live, I think. Should be okay. Apparently 10 people are here. Y'all have the patience of saints with how chronically late I am to everything in my life. You know, I just have this issue where things take longer than I think they will. You'd think I'd have had 28 years of my life to figure out how long the average task will take me, but not there yet. So, you know what? It's a work in progress. Maybe in my 30s I'll have this shit figured out. But in any case, we're here. We're doing the thing. If you are watching, I see now 7 people are here. Please make yourself known. We're just gonna chill out for a second to let people know that I'm actually live now and not just letting my little cat animation stall for me. Let me tell my Discord. Oh, jeez. Um, yeah, let me let the Discord know that we got shit going on. I think my roommates just got home. Hello, Corinne. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I don't know what you look like, but I'll assume you're also looking cute as usual. Jaden, hi. Was checking out part 1 of the update when the notification popped up for the stream. Yeah. Now I'm having this thing where I'm uploading too much. I'm stepping over toes and shit, you know? Make sure you finish that before or after this, right? Okay, one thing at a time. Telling my chat that this is happening. So I have another sizable stack of shit in front of me, and we will be going through all that, and then I'll have to take a quick break to go get the rest of it. I am officially starting my move Sunday, so after that, before that, I need to have this shit done. Like, I need to start packing, right? So this is just, we're knocking the rest of this shit out. Um, Andrew, hi, happy Friday indeed. It looks like we've got a different crowd than usual, which I guess makes sense. Sorry for the last minute change. I know I usually do this on Sundays, but the move is the reason. Oh my God. Brown Bunny says hi. Don't apologize for being late. I've come to accept living with the Latinx chronic chronopathology under imperial late stage capitalism. Thank you for giving me language to have excuses for this. I'm looking up that word. I have a bit of a reputation for having a large vocabulary, but you just got me beat right there. What does this word mean? Chronopathology. Disrupted timing. The study of disrupted biological rhythms. Yo! I totally have that. We are big proponents of self-diagnosis on the channel, and I'm doing that right now. It is what it is. Thank you. I feel very seen. One thing I like to say to people is stop using anti-Celeste language. I'm not late. I'm helping others practice patience. Okay? So you're welcome, actually. Oh boy. Justin, hi. Thank you for being here. What was I talking about? Oh, so that's why we're doing it kind of. My plans for the whole weekend had gone back and forth, and I was originally planning on seeing Harm's Way and Full of Hell tonight, but the ticket is more than I have in my bank account, so I decided that was probably not a good idea. And then I thought, you know what, I can do this instead. And then tomorrow, the plan is to go see, is it Bring Her Back? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And go to my friend's studio opening thing and start packing, or at least get more packing done. I wanted to start packing tonight. I'm also trying to binge as many of these Giallo films before they leave the Criterion channel, and I'm also trying to binge my Mission Impossible box set so that I can see the new one in IMAX. I'm just very busy. I was doing postcards today. I took the day off of work so that I could do a bunch of shit. I went grocery shopping. It's a whole thing, dude. But that's why we are streaming today instead of Sundays, because I'm moving on Sunday. At least that's the plan. Um, and then that'll be that. We're trying to do all the big stuff, all the big furniture and non-essentials on that day. And then I guess now that I think about it, my desk is gonna have to wait until next week. Um, and then what else? Um, yeah, then everything else, like the essential stuff, will come with me the next week. That dresser. Sorry, I'm just thinking aloud about my moving plans. I need to move that dresser, and that has some essential stuff in it. I'll have to just keep it in a pile or something, I guess. Anyway, that's what I got going on. What do y'all got going on? I'm not trying to stream too long today, um, but I definitely want to at least get this done, right? Feel that I feel like I got so much shit I need to watch. I think that says right now. Yeah. Yeah. It's really bad, dude. It's a whole thing. Um, yeah, I feel like we got different people in here tonight, so that's really exciting. We got 11 people. It was up to 14 for a second, so that's cool. Happy Friday. Yeah, moving sucks, especially moving physical media. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, you know? I'm probably gonna sleeve a bunch more stuff before I go, just to make it easier. Um, I want to see Bring Her Back too. Yeah, I got tickets for tomorrow. Going to see it with a friend of mine. I feel like it's probably being overhyped, but I'm a little bit nervous at how nasty it's supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be real gross, right? So, uh, contrary to my brand, I actually do, uh, I am a little bit sensitive to like especially gratuitous violence, and I like to kind of take that in a safe, controlled environment, you know? And I can't do that in a theater, right? So it is what it is. But I don't know, how bad can it be, you know? We'll see. If anyone has seen it, let me know, I guess. As you can see, my May fundraiser thing is still up. We are 30% of the way to our May goal. I don't suspect we'll bring it or we'll get it today, but you know, if you would like to help me with moving costs, with the deposit, etc., it would be greatly appreciated. Um, yeah, so that might be enough banter for now. Um, unless anybody has anything they want to say. Oh, I got my Begotten shirt today. I wore this because I was gonna see Full of Hell and their vocalist printed this, but as alas. Oh well, we got it for the stream, right? Um, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I should say, actually, I did have a couple things, a couple more housekeeping things. I hope y'all have been enjoying the daily uploads. I'm sorry that they are largely recycled content, but that's just kind of how it goes. That's kind of the name of the game, and I resisted it for a long time, but it turns out that nobody cares, and actually people seem to like it, so I don't know. I definitely get in my own way sometimes, and this definitely felt like an instance of that, so it is what it is, but I'm glad that it is working out okay now. Assuming I can get enough editing, that's the other thing I gotta do is I got a shit ton of editing to do so that I can keep up that pace. Um, I'm gonna upload all the Punk Vacation segments so that they can exist on this channel as well, and then I'll start making video versions for them moving forward. So if you haven't been listening to the pod, I mean, you should be, but you'll get a chance to hear my segments at least. So, um, second, I wanted to ask you all, how often or how long do IMAX runs usually last? Because I wanted to see Final Destination in IMAX, and then it seemed to go away like really fast. Yeah, I guess they only have time. They only have like room for one title at a time in terms of how many screens there are to accommodate, right? So, yeah, I don't really know. I didn't get a chance to see that in time. And I haven't seen it still, but now I can just see it whenever, I guess. But I feel like Mission Impossible is not going to. I already don't think I'm gonna like it, but I feel like I'll at least get a spectacle out of it if I see it in IMAX, right? So I want to make sure that I do that, but I don't know how realistic it is for me to binge 5 of these films, or is it 6? I've only seen the first one. Um, and in time for Tuesday or Thursday at the latest is what my theater schedule is saying right now. So I don't know. If it's only going to be like a week, that's unfortunate. But if I have a little bit more breathing room, it would be nice to not have to feel like I'm rushing while I'm moving and everything. Another thing about moving is I'm really excited to have my projector back. I haven't had it for the past year. So that should be exciting. And I'll have a bigger space. I'll have more couch space and I can like host little screenings and stuff. It'll be fun. All right. Those are my last few housekeeping details. Go ahead and like the video, please, if you haven't done that yet. I haven't done that yet. There you go. I'm leading by example. I hit the like button on the video. So here we go. All right. Blu-ray update. Final installment. And then I'll just do these as needed. But man, I get sent stuff more often than I buy stuff at this point. So we'll see how often I need to do this. But yeah, let's go ahead. First one, I already showed this off briefly last week. But this is a review copy I received from Petroglyph Media. This is a Funeral Siniestro and, oh man, I still can't read this. Oh, Triangulo de Oro. So, first release of this new label specializing in South American genre cinema. This is a double feature of the first two Colombian horror films, I believe. They were highlighted on the Trash Mex podcast, and I wanted to check them out and support. So I reached out, and yeah, we'll be doing the thing. So there it is. It comes in a blue case, which I know some people won't be stoked about, but they are nice and square, which helps with these slip covers, because look at that. There's no bend at all. Isn't that beautiful? For you slip heads, you slip freaks, these are the Vinegar Syndrome slip covers. So they are nice. They are embossed. They are thick. There's that one. I probably won't get to that until I can settle in with the move and then start working through my backlog of review copies I have to do. It's so bad, dude. I think I'm doing too much, or at least I'm trying to do too much. Doesn't actually mean I'm doing it. Okay. Next, friend of the show, Stephen Perkins, who you might recognize from the chat, donations, the end credits of my videos. A goated man has sent me another stack of stuff. This one he's kind of treating like a video rental sort of deal. And this, he said, is only available on this DVD, so he wanted me to see it, and he sent it to me, and then I'm just going to send it back to him after I've watched it. I don't know anything about it, so I guess we're going to learn together live on the air, but it's called Rainbow War. It says Academy Award nominee, Best Live Action Short. Oh, it's just a short film. It's only 20 minutes. Pyramid Media. Oh, well, this is an easy thing for me to see then. Maybe I'll, oh, and Ballet Robotique? Robotic? Dude, I'm so blind. It's getting kind of bad. I need to make an appointment to get contacts, because that'll apparently fix me, but we'll see how that goes. Today, more than ever, we face the challenges of cultural diversity in both education and the workplace. Rainbow War is a welcome, whimsical reminder that we are all members of the same human family and that we all benefit from attributes of openness and goodwill. As the film explores the origins of prejudice and isolationism in an imaginary world, we begin to see that ignorance is the root of intolerance and the fear of the unknown engenders suspicion and mistrust. Sounds topical. When did this come out? 1986? Okay. Um, doesn't say anything about the B feature on here. Or the B short, I guess. Rainbow War is a dazzling film in which three kingdoms, one blue, one red, and one yellow, fight a colorful battle for supremacy. Paint buckets, brushes, and rollers are the weapons in their splashy, slapstick struggle. But in the end, all are winners as confrontation is transformed into collaboration and colors blend into the world's first rainbow. Nice. All right. Well, I'll check this out. It should be pretty short watch, enjoyable stuff, a good time. So that's the first one. Then he also sent me just the disc. I guess he said that I don't know, he lost the case at some point. But this is the Kino Lorber edition of Haunted Honeymoon. What I'll probably do is print off the insert and then just put it in a holy shit, what is the word? What am I trying to say, y'all? Help me out here. Sleeve. In a sleeve like I am wont to do. And then it's functionally the same thing. I mean, this is just Kino. They're not gonna have anything super special about this, right? I might even be able to print reversible art, who knows? But I guess this is a Gene Wilder horror comedy sort of thing. So yeah, I'll check it out. It should be a fun time, hopefully. Next. We're gonna do this as one kind of go around. One kind of Amaray case. No, I meant like sleeves. Like I sleeve a lot of my less special editions. Okay, I don't know what order these came out, so bear with me. But he sent me all of these, the following titles. The Thin Man. Another Thin Man. After the Thin Man. Shadow of the Thin Man. The Thin Man Goes Home. And Song of the Thin Man. So I believe what happened is they put out the big chunky guy, the single, the collection, the box set type thing. But Warner Archive does it in very space efficient ways, where there's just like a single case with all the discs in it. That's definitely the way I would do it if I were buying it, but let me tell you, for free, I will take it. We'll sleeve these boys and it'll be shelf space saving as fuck. Talking to Steven, I think he's really, like me, putting a huge premium on shelf space at this point. And man, I get it. As somebody who's about to move, it is a lot. So I like this. Look at the doggy. He's so good. I know that he's like one of the all-time famous cinema dogs. So I guess maybe I need to take a Thin Man week, right? To go through these. I've heard a lot about these. My friend, I think my friend Jill Blake likes these a lot too. Um, but I like this. The dog has a little speech bubble, and he says, William Powell and Myrna Loy and me too. We're all together again in a new mystery comedy. Cute. I love dogs, you know? Just pre-ordered the second site. Evil Lurks, talk to me in the Arrow edition of Zombie that's coming out. Shit is getting expensive. Dude, it's obscene. Like, how much did you pay for all that? Like, $150 or something like that? Like, when I catch up on some bills and stuff, I've been wanting to treat myself to the Arrow edition of Zombie because I don't have it at all yet, and I really want it. 150, yep, what I say. And did you get hit with the tariffs yet too? Because that's gonna be a thing, right? I assume you ordered all of that on Orbit or Diabolic or something. You did it in increments of 3, which tells me you shopped at Orbit, but yeah, I'm guessing those all had a 10% tariff. Yep, yep. You know you're in nerd space right now when I could just call that shit out, you know. So, yeah, that was probably what. Yep, always buying threes. That's the way it is. Um, I'm trying to think how much. That was probably what, like 15, $20 in tariff, something like that. Uh, I got the Zombie 4K on Orbit, and there was like a $3 tariff on it. They said they'd refund them, but then shit got flipped again, so who knows? Yeah, it's a nightmare. I don't envy these retailers that have to deal with this shit. Because, like, the court said it was illegal and told them to cut it out. And then I guess it was appealed, and they were like, you're good to do it for a while we look into this obviously illegal thing you're doing. And then I guess we'll make a call on it. Maybe there will be an adult in the room that can just call that as it is, you know? I got my tea because not only am I busy as fuck, I'm also really sleepy. There's a great combination when you're trying to do everything. Um, I mean, the $3 tariff is not too bad. I guess that makes sense because it's probably what, $30? So yeah, that probably makes sense. Do they still? I'm tempted to check, but we got to stay on track. Okay, next. He actually watched this the other night. I mentioned it on the stream that I wanted it, and he was just like, well, I'll just send you mine. I was like, okay, well, I appreciate that. Um, this is from Canadian International Pictures. This is a one man. Yeah. I love this artwork. Um, I was definitely thinking about getting it because I wanted the slipcover, but you know what? When it's free, I'll take it. I cannot complain. And I still get the artwork, which I really like, so I'm happy about that. I'll have to look at the reversible in a second, but let's see. Lionsgate is also killing my pocket. Their steelbooks used to be like 20 and now they're close to 40. Same with Vestron. They used to be 12 and now they're 24. Dude, I'm just not even bothering with that shit. I don't know how they're getting away with it either. Like steelbooks it must be smaller print runs because steelbooks are still selling out on pre-order. Like I would have ordered that center steelbook, but it's already sold out by the time I saw the movie. Like it's crazy. Yeah, the Zombie 4K is 35 right now. Pretty good price, TBH. Paid 42 with shipping and the tariff. That's not terrible, which is why I'm like, I mean, honestly, $42 for a movie, like that is a lot, but it could be worse. And that is such a banger that it is kind of like, maybe splurge for that one, you know? And it should be a nice addition. Although we'll get to an arrow that I splurged on and kind of regretted it, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, Canadian International. Let's see. We got a booklet. Nice. Okay, so children become sick. There's a cover up. One man knows the truth. Okay. So there is reversible here. That's the original art. I don't think it's nearly as good, so we're going to keep it as is on the newly commissioned art. And I don't think I need the slipcover because a lot of the OCN stuff does not have the slipcover art available on the standard edition. It's kind of hard to tell when it does or doesn't. It should, I think it probably does actually just say, and I'm just not paying attention. But that is one where I wanted to have that artwork because I think it's great. He was saying that this was like a very politically potent, prescient, sort of savvy sort of thing. He had some pretty intelligent things to say about it, and a lot of it was steeped in the film's politics. Conspiracy thrillers, you know, conspiracy theorists are not a group of people that I love personally. So sometimes they could feel a little iffy to me, but and you know, it is what it is. Overall, it's not. There are ones that I like. The China conspiracy, I think, is what it's called. The China syndrome. China syndrome. I think that's what it's called. Looking it up. Yeah, the China syndrome. That's one that I like. I think it's pretty good. I'm sure there's other ones. Medium cool, I think. Is that? Yeah, that's a conspiracy type film, right? Sorry I'm a bit late to the show. You are all good, my friend. Are you on shrooms again or other hallucinogenic substances? Because that was fun. Hell yeah, dude. like the video, subscribe, etc. Do the thing. You know what it is. Okay. Next, which was very kind. He sent me this brand new cinematograph edition of Little Darlings. Oh, hi, Steven. We're talking about you. In a way that's positive, I promise. Good news, less conspiracy theory, more journalists doing their job can save lives. That is better. That is better. That's more, yeah. Yeah, I feel like you've actually just hit upon a very important distinction. I feel like a lot of conspiracies that turn out to be real are actually just the work of real journalists and not fucking random dudes and on the internet or on their in their fucking trailers or whatever. Like, you know? Um, yo, I went to get gas today. Night of the world. Hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. I went to get gas today, and the dude in front of me was like actually scary. Like he had like a big truck that was covered um in like deranged Trump and like Christian stuff. Like I mean deranged shit. And I was just like I don't actually feel safe getting out of my car around this person. Thankfully he was wrapping up and I just pulled into his spot, but it's really cool that these people live among us. Just chilling with my good friend Mary Jane tonight. No shrooms was epic that night. I bet. First time doing shrooms is really special. I thought about packing my vape for this, actually. One of these days I'm gonna do a stream where I just get ripped the whole time, but maybe not today. This one I actually want to make sure I stay on topic, and I'm gonna cut this into a segment later, so I want to make sure I'm not, losing my mind or I remain cogent, right? Anyway, little darlings. This thing is chunky as fuck, dude. Um, First time I did shrooms, I ended up crying like a baby in my closet for 5 hours. Yeah, I mean, it'll do that. That's kind of how it goes. I think I've cried most of the times that I've done shrooms. Not every time. At least half. Yeah. Yeah. And it like feels different too. It feels like almost like you're not controlling it or it's like a thing that's happening independent of your mind. It's like a thing that your body is doing. At least that's been my experience. I've had some interesting experiences doing that. Um, he offered to send this to me a while ago during some kind of it was when yeah. It was man, you guys are active today. I appreciate that. I just gotta get used to not getting derailed in my own train of thought while I'm reading chats and stuff. Okay. The very fact that you felt even a little intimidated or anxious is in itself an injustice. I'm angry all the time now. Dude, yeah. I thought about that when I got to because I went to get gas on my way to the store, and when I got to the store, I was just kind of thinking about that, and I was like, you know for a fact that people are afraid of you. Like people feel unsafe around you, right? Like and not because you're like a badass, but because you're like actually like a dangerous looking person. And like people think that people rightfully assume that you like hate them just for who like how does that feel for you, you know? Like I know that I could be a little bit intimidating because I'll wear like scary shirts or I'll just look a little different or I got like the goth thing going on and like sometimes people are a little bit intimidated by that, but like I don't think I actually go around making people feel unsafe. And if I was, I would reassess things. Like I wonder how it feels to like know that you're a person that makes strangers feel unsafe simply by like I didn't even say a word to this person. This person didn't say a word to me. Um, how does that feel for you? Like, do you feel good about that? Do you feel proud of that? I mean, you must, right? Or else you wouldn't do it. It's crazy. Go in the wilderness when doing shrooms. The last time I did it, I went to the park, and that was nice enough. But Obviously, that guy with tons of deranged shit all over his car was being silenced by the woke left. Indeed. You know, you can't even say anything anymore. It's unfortunate. Let me change my settings to all chats. Live chat. Why would it not be set to that, honestly? Like, what is going on here? I think maybe because you used an expletive, it got filtered out, but on my screen, it's not. Um, yeah, and the last time I did it, I did go to the park, but it was not necessarily the plan. No, you're fine. It just, it's annoying. YouTube is like for babies or whatever, and if you use swear words or any like words like that, it'll, like if you notice on the live chat, there's like top chat and then all chat or live chat or whatever, and you have to actually pick all chat, and then that stuff gets, like, my messages get filtered out all the time because I'm always saying wacky shit. Um, yeah, I was at a friend's house and we were doing a Bergman marathon, and I took shrooms for the first one, and that was a mistake. And then I was like, hey, this is too much. I gotta go chill out. So I was in walking distance from a park. And honestly, it was interesting, but it wasn't my favorite thing because I was mainly not planning on it lasting as long as it did, and like I was planning on watching movies during that time, so I was just kind of like waiting so that I could drive and go home, you know? It's a whole thing. Um, Cussing makes the robots sad. That's true, it does. It's unfortunate. Um, I only did it, I heard it heals mental health issues for anxiety, PTSD. I think it helped. I think the world needs shrooms and to come together. Yeah, my friend did it once, and he said that it helped with his ADHD symptoms like significantly. Um, I think it helped with my depression. I think it gave me a lot of new perspective. I think it did help with some anxiety too. I think it's a good thing, honestly. I think if you've never done it, you should. Um, Back on topic. Little darlings. Stephen was saying that this is like one of his new favorite movies and that him and his wife really, really loved it. And so he secured a second copy to send it to me, which was really nice. Um, yeah, I wanted this since it was like announced. And you know what? Bold, hot take coming in. I like this artwork a lot. I've not seen the movie, so like maybe once I see it, I'll be like, that doesn't fit at all. That sucks. But like, actually, I think this is pretty dope. I really like the style. I really like that the faces are blacked out. I think that that's a really interesting, kind of powerful image, and I'm really excited to dive into this. Maybe I'll host a cinematograph triple feature or something. I don't know. We'll see. Oops, kicking my lights. Um, this next one I'm excited about. Thanks. Stoner Paranormal? What should I call you? Because that's a mouthful. Do you have a name I can use? Or should I call you SPI? I missed out on Little Darlings. I like the artwork as well, the pink pops. Yeah, I think it's nice. I am a fan. Okay, let's see. Yes, like I was saying, this next one I am very excited about because I missed it when it came out, and I'm just like, what is this? SPI good or stoner? You got it. Um, this is Linnea Quigley's horror workout from our friends at TerraVision. Another to add to the TerraVision collection with the out of print slipcover with the 3D. Looks like I'm touching her inappropriately there. The scariest exercise video ever made. Sexy young girls. Oh, see sexy young girls die in a slumber party massacre workout. See Linnea shape up the living dead through zombie size. I feel like you could have done better than that. Hold on. Let me workshop this. Zombie size. Exorcism exercise, maybe? No. Corpse aesthetics, like calisthenics. I don't know, man. You could do better than zombie size. I'll give you a workout that you'll never forget, says Linnea quickly. Well, I guess we'll see. And then there's that, the reversible. So like I've actually never, I mean maybe this isn't surprising. I don't think I am the age group nor demographic for this, but I have never watched a workout video before. So I don't know what they're supposed to be like. Are these like crazy different? Or is this one like crazy different? Nice. You kept the Creep coin in there. That's nice of you. I might have enough of those to cash them in at this point. But yeah, if y'all, well, you know what? Let's read it. Let's read the back, if I can, because I'm blind. Trying to do this while also being somewhat appealing on camera. It's time to break a sweat with the undead. Video spoof with a gruesome twist. Okay. I don't know. It looks fun to me. I am excited about it. I know that there's one of the cuts of this. They had to source it from the VHS, and like it was actually about to like disintegrate. And so like literally the scan they did is the last one they'll ever get out of it. And the materials are basically unusable. So good on them for getting that in there, preserving it, you know. Next, I don't know what this is. To be completely honest, I don't think I have any releases from this label. They have not appealed to me. So you know what? We'll see. I think I might have gotten maybe one or two in a previous subscriber box, but we'll see. This is Vampires and Other Stereotypes. We got a slipcover on here. It's from Visual Vengeance, number 12. What does the... Okay. I like this artwork a lot better, actually. That's a vibe. 1994. Okay. The gates of hell have been opened again. Wow, okay. A pair of paranormal investigators are making their nightly rounds on the seedy streets of New York City when they encounter a group of party-hopping girls looking for a warehouse rave who have also just accidentally opened a portal to hell. What follows is a night of practical effects monster mayhem as a group try to save themselves and the entire planet from a demonic invasion. Visual Vengeance is shot on video stuff only, right? I think I'm remembering that correctly. I might be getting them confused with someone else. Steven, you are not beating the allegations that you just don't like shot on video, but you keep trying it and then sending it to me. Did you see the 2004 animated film Mind Game? I just watched it and was really blown away. You know, I have. I have seen that. I saw it on the Criterion channel in their art house animation bundle. And I gotta be honest, I didn't really like it. I didn't really think it went anywhere. I thought it was kind of like tedious and kind of way too long. But it's been a minute since I've seen it, and I kind of want to revisit it. I just remember it didn't do it for me. I could not get on its wavelength, and I was struggling to like pay attention or care. I have many Visual Vengeance releases that I have happily kept. Well, that's good. I was starting to think you just didn't like shot on video stuff at all, and you were just like, putting yourself through some kind of torture, like constantly watching them or whatever and buying them. But I'm glad that there are ones that you like. Let me see. Let me go on. Let me see what other stuff they have going on here. I'm looking it up on Blu-ray.com. Vampires and Other Stereotypes. Okay. Let's check that out. Well, let's see. I might as well share with the class. I lost my thing. Oh, wow. Dinosaur Valley Girls? Suburban Sasquatch? Oh, the LA AIDS Jabber. That's one that I've wanted. I just subscribed to TerraVision for the first time last night. That subscription has insane value. Already got my first 6 out of 10 titles locked in. Dude, it is a good value. Like, their subscription is underrated as fuck. Blood of the Chupacabras. Oh boy. Some interesting titles here. Lichen Colony, I remember when this came out. Slaughter Day, Moonchild, Dinosaur Valley Girls is 96. Suburban Sasquatch is 2004. And Lichen Colony is 2006. Okay. Well, I'll be dipping my toes in, I suppose. Computer's running slow. I'm asking it to do too much right now, I guess. I just watched John Woo the Killer earlier was madness. Bit gun. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's one I need to see. I have the bootleg of it, but I guess that's going to be made irrelevant fairly soon. We have another Visual Vengeance. This is number 13. It's 12 and 13. I guess they had two duds back to back, huh? It's called Scream Queen. And we got this lovely young woman chainsawing a man in the face. So I'm into that. Hey, Chris, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. And his eyeballs coming out. That's pretty cool. Heartland of Darkness from them is a good release. Nice. Considered a lost Linnea Quigley movie, Scream Queen now enjoys its first ever wide release on home video. Okay. This is 1998. Nice. And finished in 2002. Okay. 480p SD master. Woof. Cool cover art. Yeah, I dig it. And then the original is honestly not as good. But something's rattling in here. What is it? Are there treats in here? There are treats in here. What is this? 4-star video. Some kind of rental card. I'm dropping slips. Goddamn, dude. We have... I'm guessing these are stickers. Sex and Violence. Bloody and Sexy. These are like VHS stickers. That's fun. And then there's a booklet in here. And then we have reversible art. We attempt to stick these in here so that they don't go flying. Is this the, oh no, this is different. This is different art. Got all sorts of artwork going on here. Love treats. Me too, man. I'm gonna call you Spy. S-P-I. That's what we're gonna go with. Fire as fuck, dude. This next one I'm actually excited about. I've heard nothing but bad things about it, but I am excited nonetheless. This is Nosferatu in Venice. As you can see, I am a big fan of Klaus Kinski's Nosferatu. Fucking rules. One of my all-time favorites. So, for no other reason than to watch this man continue to be deranged and unhinged in his role as Nosferatu. No reversible on this. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. You got this one too? Nice. Yeah, let's see. I like the back artwork. I think that's nice. Wild movie? Nice. Was intended to be an unofficial sequel to Werner Herzog's Nosferatu, instead became one of the most notoriously fascinating productions in Eurocult history. Gives his penultimate performance as the... Oh, there's one more. Okay. As the legendary vampire resurrected in modern-day Venice with an insatiable hunger for warm blood and rough sex. Dog, he's just like me, for real. I gotta watch what I say on these lives. Oh, Corinne loves Nosferatu in Venice. That's a good cosign. I'm excited about that. Okay. Donald Pleasance, an Academy Award winner, Christopher Plummer, co-star in the sumptuously insane shocker that features music from Vangelis. Employed 5 different directors. Yikes. So wait, who's the official... Like, who's the credited director on this? Let's find out. Put this over here. Man, these monitors I have, they were free. My mom gave them to me because she retired, so she doesn't need them, but they're kind of annoying. If my mom happens to be watching, I love and appreciate you, but damn. Doc is epic about him and the director of Nosferatu. The one that Werner Herzog did? I forget what it's called, but yeah, I've been meaning to see that. Nosferatu in Venice. Augusto Caminito is the credited director on this. Is anybody else credited? Because I was seeing a lot of names on the back here. Yeah. Oh, this dude didn't do shit. He only did this one other one called White Hunter. After a man's wife is killed by a panther, his only reason to live becomes revenge, which slowly consumes him. Harvey Keitel is in it. Bro, that's insane. Where do you even find this? Only 48 people have seen it, and Klaus Kinski and Harvey Keitel are in this. That's wild, dude. Okay. My man Spy out here plugging my shit. I appreciate it. We're up to 8 likes. I feel like we can get that to double digits. We got 18 people watching, which is pretty cool. I appreciate that. Okay, the last one from this box of treats that Steven has sent me is a chunky guy. I don't even know what label this is or who put this out. I literally can't read this. Liberation. I can't read it. I'm so fucking blind. It's bad. RoboCop the series. 17 hours. Okay. You know, this is not something that I had ever that I would have bought on my own, really ever, or had much interest in. Liberation Hall. And there's a rooster on it. I mean, that's fun. 5 discs. I like this chunky clear case. That's fun. Always support you because you're awesome. Thanks, friend. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. We indeed have 5 discs here. And then we have, like, episode descriptions on the reversible art. And we got the slip going on here. I have so many TV series on Blu-ray that what if RoboCop but for kids? That sounds delightful. Or terrible. I'm honestly not super sure. I don't know anything about this label though, so let me look it up. RoboCop the series. They just did the pilot episode on Blu-ray? That's interesting. Liberation Hall. Yep, there it is. Okay. Project Alf. They have not done much. Interesting. That series in terror. That series is terrible. You should definitely watch it. Thanks. I appreciate that. Vote of confidence. That's hold on. Let me pull this up. Oh no, that's just the Canadian. Hold on. The series. Oh, the pilot episode is like feature length, that's why. But they're selling it individually for less than $10. It's a rough go, damn. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how much of it I can get through. There are definitely things that there are definitely a lot of series in my collection, and I have not necessarily, let's see, in terms of the TV series in my collection, I've watched all of Batman the animated series, which is incredible. I've watched all of Twin Peaks, which is obviously incredible. I tried watching Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I don't like it at all. I mean, I might give it another go, but sheesh. All right. Getting into stuff I bought now. I was thinking this would maybe be an hour, and we're not even close to being done. I haven't even gotten to the stuff I've bought yet. That's crazy, dude. Okay. If you get past the first episode, I'd be surprised. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Let's get it going. Okay, so I participated. I don't participate a lot in wait, is your name OAP1? I'm not sure what that is in reference to. And I don't want to call you Ope, but I guess that is what it says. I participated in the recent Amazon 3 for 33 deal because I'm a capitalist pig and I support Amazon, I guess. I share an Amazon account with somebody. It's fine. Um, and they had a lot of good stuff, actually. I had to kind of narrow it down, but these are the titles I ended up going with. Full Metal Jacket. I used to have a copy of this, but it didn't technically belong to me, and I lost it in the divorce. That one had a slipcover on it. This one does not, but that's okay, because now I can sleeve this. As you can hear, they are still wrapped in plastic, as it were. I hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, it's a good movie, right? Y'all heard of this guy, Stanley Kubrick? Uh, yeah, I don't know. All of his movies are pretty good. And that one is no exception. So, yeah. Next, we have another all-time favorite. But I actually heard good things about the restoration, so I'm excited about checking it out. But I was certainly not going to pay full price for it because the Blu-ray I remember looking quite good, and I'm gonna hang on to that because this doesn't include the Blu-ray, but it is our boy Jimmy C, James Cameron, The Terminator. This is the first R-rated movie I ever watched. It's very sentimental to me. I love this movie a lot. I do prefer T2 at this point, but that wasn't always true. I like this slipcover, even though it's the exact same artwork. Might have to hang on to it. But yeah, I'll keep the Blu-ray, and that'll be that. The 4K of Full Metal Jacket is one of the best looking Kubrick films on disc right now. I hear that the one of 2001 is like maybe the best ever. I have had it for a long time, and I've seen the film before, but I have not seen that 4K yet because I keep waiting for the right time, and it never happens. It's a long one, and it's a rewatch. You know, I always have a million things on my plate. And so this last one, I didn't need it, you know. I really just bought it because I wanted to support it. Which feels like a weird thing to say about a studio film, but nonetheless, I see my Gugon wasn't successful in getting all of the sticker off of this thing. Have to circle back to that one, but it's Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim. I love this movie. I thought it was great. I watched this before I was doing regular short reviews of stuff that I see in theaters, but this movie rips, dude. Like, it's so good. Like, the concept is weird. Like, kind of taking the Peter Jackson, Howard Shore version of Lord of the Rings and making an anime out of like a very minor tale. Um, and I gotta be honest, the first 15 minutes or so are rough. Like, well, I saw it in the theater, and it was actually a pretty nice theater. And it's fucked up that the theater, that just like the regular Regal theater in my hometown is better than any of the ones here. Come on. Anyway, the animation is clearly unfinished in those first 15 minutes, and I think for any of the dialogue heavy scenes, it's becomes more clear that they didn't have time or money to finish it. But the battle scenes look amazing. I think the art style is sick. I love the main character. It's nice to have a crumb of female representation in this fucking series, you know? Dustin, hello. Very unfashionably late. Well, you know what? I was late to my own stream, so you are good to go. You can definitely catch the rest of this on the replay, but we got a ways to go. So we are hanging out. I'm glad that you're here. We're planning on doing this as long as it takes to get through the rest of this because as I said at the top of the stream, I gotta move soon, and I can't just set aside all. I just gotta get through it, so I don't have to worry about it, and I can just box it all up. It can be all mixed up. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, we're just doing the thing. But We need to support all physical media from the good to the bad. Sad they're trying to stop selling it in some shape in some shops. Yeah, I mean, I used to be a big crusader for it, but it is what it is, you know. Like I don't think it's gonna go anywhere in terms of like the boutique side of things, but in terms of the studio stuff, I don't know. We might just come to a point where that stuff is just gonna be it's just gonna live on the Plex server because nobody wants to do it anymore. But yes, while it is still around, I want to make sure I can get really nice quality editions of films that I like. And this is one of them. Check this one out. I was surprised, but pleasantly so, that they even did a 4K of this. Because yeah, it bombed in the theater. I don't think they're gonna do any more of these, but they should, because it was a cool idea and it was a good movie. So there's that one. These next two were the last two that I got from my oscilloscope Circle of Trust subscription when I had that active, and I couldn't renew it unfortunately, and then it's been like a year and change at this point, so I would love to renew that at some point, or if they were down, I would love to do like a review copy thing for them. Although I gotta not bite off more than I can chew, and you know, I'm doing my best to branch out and not just be Blu-ray reviewer. I want to be like a film critic, film analyst writ large, but you know, take what you can get. And I still love physical media and I still love the films that are being released on it. So, but I like Oscilloscope because they do contemporary art films, they do indie films, and they do documentaries, which nobody else really does, like contemporary documentaries like this. Neither of these are that, but first we have Joyland. From what I understand, this is like a very queer film. So, an aching consideration of gender and sexuality. Yep. So there you have it. There appears to be some kind of woman on the back. And a very intelligent commentary here. Oh. This is like a queer film from like Pakistan. There's like a trans woman in it and stuff. Yeah, this is really cool. Is it the Cannes Film Festival? I need to probably get on that sooner rather than later. And next, with some just, I mean, gorgeous artwork, we have Moon Garden. Look at that shit, dude. That's gorgeous. Um, lots of praise on the back. We got short films. Every Dream is a Child with Teeth. It's an interesting title. Fully practical work of art that shows how a child can shine light even in the darkest places. That's nice. 2022. Shout out Oscilloscope. If you need a small company to support to mm, um yeah, if you need like a really cool company that you can feel good about supporting, Oscilloscope is one. And their Circle of Trust subscription is, I mean, TerraVision has a pretty great subscription value, but I think Oscilloscope might still be the best value out of any of these, honestly. So, Jaden, so is there like a certain requirement for subscribers or views or something of the sort before you get review copies for labels and get review before you can review stuff for labels and get review copies? I've always been curious how that works. So, it depends. It really depends on the label. I have reached out to and or been reached out to by a few different labels and to a few different labels. Um, and some of them there's not like a number, it's just kind of vibes. But or like if you have a good relationship or whatever, like um so there are labels that have reached out to me, there are labels that I have reached out to, and some of them said yes, some of them did not answer me. And then when I reached out to MVD, because they have like Arrow and Radiance, and it's like the big one. If I could get that one, I would have more than I could handle. And I would basically just have to turn into one of these channels that just shows you what's coming out. I mean, I would do my best to watch as much as I can, but there's no shot, right? Um, They told me 5,000 subscribers is what I needed before they would consider sending me anything. So that's the goal. Jeff, hey, thanks for being here. Next, I saw this at my local. There's a shop in Richmond called the Tech Exchange that's like a video game store and like a tech shop or whatever, but they also have movies. And I brought in some stuff, so I had some store credit, and I saw this, and it was 20 bucks. And at the time, it was out of print, and I didn't have it in my collection in any capacity, and I wanted it. So this is the Lionsgate, no, Warner Brothers Steelbook of Enter the Dragon, which I've heard mixed things about the transfer. But I mean, how bad can it be? Famous last words. If it is really that bad, I mean, maybe we'll just get the arrow. But it also came in this Steelbook protector, which is cool. I don't have any Steelbook protectors. Although I'm pretty sure that these are the ones that I used to have and then got rid of because I thought they were too bulky. Yeah, you know, I'll probably replace it with my Steelbook protectors. I just said I don't have any. I have like these. I don't have any of these like little ASMR for you. I don't have any of these like real chunky guys. I have kind of sleeves that fit over them and prevent it from scratching. So we've got the J card. We have, I suppose, the titular dragon. Oh, you can kind of see my screen in there. That's fun. And then nothing too exciting on the inside, but yeah, it's a banger. It's a good movie. Honestly, this artwork is okay. I thought 20 bucks, and it was store credit. I didn't even have to buy it. Was a good enough deal for this. So I went ahead and scooped it. Yeah, they didn't really have anything else I wanted, so, you know, you don't want the store credit to go to waste, right? But, I mean, you know, regardless, I wanted it. I think that this is a nice addition, and it's a movie that I like, so. There's that. And, oh, here's an example of my Steelbook protectors that I actually have. I was in Walmart, I'd say recently. It was not recently at this point. It was a while ago. Hey, we have 21 people in here. That's pretty cool. Drop a comment and say hi and hit the like button if you are just popping in. Yeah. I actually really like this Steelbook, and it was maybe 20 bucks. It was a reasonable price. But this is Ken Russell's The Lair of the White Worm. I think just the novelty of finding this in a Walmart. I was like, I have to get a Ken Russell horror film at Walmart. That's crazy that they would even have this. But shout out Vestron. I really like the color palette in the artwork here. I like the artwork on the back. But here's the Steelbook protectors that I have. They're not for Steelbooks necessarily, but it's reusable, like sticky guy. And then they just come right out. Much thinner, but it prevents scratching. Still haven't seen this, but that will hopefully change soon, because I'm a big fan of Ken Russell. I went ahead and folded the J card and stuck it in there, but this is maybe a little bit tacky, but I kind of like how they have the original poster printed in there. You have a pretty decent disc tray. I mean, it's a Steelbook. You know what Steelbooks are like. I like that artwork in there. That's really cool. Jeff says that he loves Lair of the White Worm. Hell yeah. How's that? How's that sound wise? Corinne also likes it. We got fans in here. I actually really like ASMR, and I have thought about creating my own ASMR content. But I'm a little bit intimidated by it because I feel like you gotta be really really good with your sound. And my sound isn't even really where I want it to be just for this. So for that, I don't know. But I feel like I could do okay at it. I guess let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Yep. And there it is, back in its lovely protector. Next, I think I think this was supposed to be with something else, but in any case, this was an Orbit order I placed a while ago. I wanted to get some Eureka titles that were, I think, close to being out of print or something. But this is the Eureka edition of Man with, I wanted to make sure I got the preposition right, Man with a Movie Camera and Other Works. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Vertov, we're just going to say that. This is an amazing classic film, extremely influential. And there are a few different editions of it out there because it's public domain, but this Eureka one is the best one and the most cost efficient. There's a Kino one that I don't think is that good. There's a Artificial Eye, I think is the name of the company that has a release that has like all these short films included, but it's way more expensive. This Eureka is where it's at. It also includes Kino Eye, Kino Bravda number 21, Enthusiasm, Symphony of the Donbas, and 3 songs about Lenin, which are all interesting to various extents. These are Soviet films, very, very pro-communist, very pro-Soviet. They're pretty straightforwardly propaganda films, honestly, but the craft here is really good. And, you know, as far as propaganda goes, socialist ideas, you could do worse, right? um, Never heard of or seen that film. It's on YouTube too, Jeff. You should check it out. This is like very much like film school stuff. Like I watched this in a film class that I took. This was one of the early things that we watched because it's one of the earliest like art films, and it pioneered a lot of different stuff. Like this is a big thing for like montage. And it's just really good. It's trippy as fuck. There's some crazy shit that happens in here. This is a 2 Blu-ray set, and it comes with a booklet, which, you know, side tangent, but it's really unfortunate that Eureka is starting to do booklets in the limited edition only because they were like holding it down as the UK criterion that always had these included. So that might have been the catalyst for me to go ahead and pick up some that I was missing. But Eureka is a super underrated label. I love their stuff. Okay, next we can do this kind of as a stack. This was a Kino order that I placed to prepare for a segment that never came to fruition, but I would like to revisit at some point. I already announced it, actually, so I can go ahead and say what it was, but my friend Dr. Will Dotson and I had agreed to do an online cult and exploitation film course to exist on my YouTube channel. I would still like to do that. Unfortunately, he was going through a lot at the time, and then as soon as he was ready to go, my life took a shit, and so it never ended up happening. But our first episode was going to be on like classic, like very straightforward, like exploitation films. So I got a bunch in this Forbidden Fruit, the Golden Age of the Exploitation Picture series. So I guess in order, number 1, we have Mom and Dad. Number 2, we have Reefer Madness and Sex Madness. I didn't get all of them, but these are just in the order that they came out. Number 4, we have Marijuana and Narcotic with this fucking sick Reaper on it. Like, way to sell it. These are like drug exploitation films, right? Number 8, we have Ingagi, which, from what I understand, is one of the most racist and offensive films ever made. But in the Against the Grain documentary, that Vinegar Syndrome did, the guy who produced this series, who found and restored this film and then put it out, was talking about the cultural value of it, despite how heinous it is. And yeah, and you know, it'll be more clear when or if this ever comes to fruition. But like, Will was also saying that this was like a critical one, so went ahead and got it. And I'm sure that the supplements, yeah, there's 2 audio commentaries on here that I'm sure will help a lot in contextualizing this, as these are all like, none of these are very good. Like, this is all very academic stuff for me. Number 9, we're gonna talk about this one. This movie is fucking crazy. The Lash of the Penitentes. Who is the guy who did the Brett Wood? He's the guy that found and restored Ingagi and was on the documentary, and he does an excellent commentary on this too. And Damaged Lives and Damaged Goods. So, I'm sure you've all seen Reefer Madness, right? Many people have. That's when I watched like in high school when I was like first getting accustomed with like So Bad It's Good stuff, and that's like a classic. Um, and it's very silly, right? It's just a fun one to put on. Smoke some weed, watch that. It's a good time. Um, and so I've seen it a few times at this point. And I watched it with the commentary too, which was good. Um, but this fucking movie, dude, Lash of the Penitentes is fucking insane. Let me read it for you. Exploitation films were often ripped from the most sensational headlines of the day, and few headlines were as scandalous as those reporting a murder within the community of a masochistic religious cult in northern New Mexico. Los Hermanos Penitentes celebrated Lent by enacting elaborate tableaus of flagellation, self-mutilation, and crucifixion. Envisioning the box office potential of such a spectacle, cinematographer Roland Price shot several reels of footage of the rituals, then teamed with producer Harry Revier to fashion a murder mystery around the documentary material. For years, The Lash of the Penitentes flourished on the exploitation circuit, sometimes with new footage cut into the feature and most notoriously the trailer. Usually circulated in an abbreviated 35-minute version, the Kino Classics edition was restored from film elements revived from the Library of Congress and represents the uncensored 48-minute cut, The Penitente Murder Case. So it has both versions and then an audio commentary. So not a ton of content on here for like the full price that they're charging, but this was like $10. Because I bought these all on a sale, obviously, right? Never heard of that one. Adding to my list. Wait, I know that cult. That guy got shot, right? So at this point, it's been like a year since I watched all this, and I was planning on reviewing it, and I just didn't do it. I think that part was maybe made up. Because they had like documentary footage. I'm pretty sure it was made up. They had documentary footage of like the crazy shit that they were doing. And then they didn't think it was sensational enough, I guess, or they wanted to create a narrative. So they had like a guy, like they had someone like they had an actor play like a guy to like go in and like investigate or something. And I think it was dangerous because these people are unhinged. But no, I don't think anybody actually died. But they really were flagellating and crucifying themselves and stuff, and you'd see that on here. It's not super super graphic, like that stuff is pretty triggering for me, and I did okay watching it, but it is there. And the audio commentary is great, and it's just fascinating. I honestly wish there was more on it because I wanted to know more about like what stuff was like real and what stuff was more staged. No cocaine fiends. No, I'll probably want to get all of these at some point, but these were the ones that I needed for the segment. Except for this one. This one I needed to get to free shipping, and I just couldn't resist the tawdry, lurid subject matter, and it delivered. So he was the only one to get actual footage of the crucifixion, if I remember correctly. Well, you know what? Let's do some fact checking. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. 1936 roadshow exploitation film Lash of the Penitentes combines old footage of the Penitentes' ritual flagellation with new footage about a murder. Um, yeah, I think that part was fake and staged for the movie. Let's see. Oh no, by the okay, here's the guy. Taylor. I know this is super interesting. Sorry, y'all. A Lie Halfway Around the World, the Carl Taylor murder case. Here's an article from the New York Times. Okay, so this guy really was murdered, but it doesn't look like it was because, or it was by the cult. It looks like it was an unrelated thing. I don't know. I'm not going to do a true crime investigation on the spot here, but I think that a guy really did die and he did get the footage, but it wasn't that they murdered him. I think they made that up for the movie, which is pretty fucked up, but also kind of funny. Okay. Next, we'll go through these kind of quick. I showed these on stream last week, but my most recent Orbit order, I just kind of had to get this while it was still available. Oh, thank you. Dustin says, I'm obsessed with the ornate fancy frames and branding on your recent live streams. It's so you. Thank you. My BFF, Val, designed these for me, and he fucking killed it. It's so gorgeous, and I feel very professional. But I had to get this. Nothing is Sacred box set. The Louis Buñuel films with the Sister Hyde artwork. It's so sick, dude. We got kinky Catholic shit. You know what it is. Just incredible sort of typography here and more great artwork. And I really wanted to make sure I got the book with this. So this was, oh, and then we have the little Obi strip that Radiance includes on these, but I just wanted it to be straight up. And then we have Veridinia. I gotta maybe get quicker because I need to eat something. The Exterminating Angel and Simon of the Desert. And then it's pretty weighty book here, so I'm excited about this. Louis Buñuel is a goated boy. I love a lot of his shit that I've seen. I have the Criterion set of his stuff too, so, and I've seen 2 of those films before, but it's been a long time, so I need to go through all of that and then go through this too. I could have a sort of Louis Buñuel week with this stuff, right? That's one that I didn't want to let get away from me, so FOMO hit on that one, but you know, it is what it is. So I actually just noticed that the rosary goes, it wraps around, which is fun, into like a noose. That's fun. I actually just watched Veridinia last night, and it looks so much better than the Criterion DVD. Yo, I bet. That's crazy. And then 2 upgrades I needed to do. Watership Down, the BFI. One of my favorite movies, and different features than the Criterion, and I'm sure better encoding. So I'll keep my Criterion, but I think this is the better edition. And you know, I was bummed that I missed out on a limited edition because I wanted the book and the nice artwork and stuff, but it is what it is. It'll be fine. And then I've been wanting to pick this up for a minute, but the 7th Seal 4K. Again, different features from the Criterion, better encoding, etc. And now I can have both. So that's fun. Okay. Taking a stretch. You're brave with Watership Down. That movie fucked me up as a kid. I'd never watched it as a kid. I only watched it as an adult, and it's beautiful, and I love it. It is kind of fucked up. I wouldn't show it to a kid, but you know. This next one I bought off of a friend on Facebook. He gave me a really good deal for these, so I'm excited about it. First we have Eloy de la Iglesias Kinky Collection. Been wanting to get into more of this guy's films. I think the only one I've seen is, what's it called? It's the one with the nip slip on it. You know what I'm talking about. I don't remember what it's called. Somebody help me out. Next is the Criterion of Hollywood Shuffle. And the Criterion of Nothing But a Man. This is, I have not seen this one. but I'm excited about all of these. And I have seen Hollywood Shuffle before, and I love, love, love this movie. I think it's excellent, and Robert Townsend is dope. So I'm excited to see these features. This movie's really funny. You should check it out. It's a very intelligent critique of racism in the film industry and Hollywood in general. Excellent. I watched it on the Criterion Channel back in the day. Yo! 9-Volt Digital Cinema. Thank you for signing up. I really appreciate that. Enjoy all the exclusive videos, and make sure you pop in our Discord server, and make sure you message me to get access to the Plex server. The link is right there. We sign up for my Patreon. Pals. Yeah, Pals, that was it. Thank you, Corinne. I appreciate it. I was like, who is Pals? That's the movie. Thank you. Next. I was at Second and Charles. Had some store credit, I think. Hell yeah, 9-Volt, you're the best. And I was just looking around. I don't remember why I was shopping, to be honest. It might have just been that I wanted to spend money and I was feeling like it. But in Second and Charles, I found some stuff. This must have been store credit, because maybe not. I don't know. But I found this Kino edition of L'amour Braque. But this is Andrei Zulawski, so I'll watch anything with his name on it, since he created arguably my favorite film of all time. There are 2 spots, and there's a audio commentary from Kat Ellinger on this. That's cool. It doesn't say how many discs this is supposed to have, but this is a double case. If it's a DVD, then I don't need it, but I have the Blu-ray. I just hope that there's not features I'm missing. You know what? I bought something else at that trip, but it's probably in the rest of my shit. This is a weird purchase for me. But oh, this is why I bought it. They misprinted the sticker. They charged this as a regular Blu-ray and not a 4K, so this was only $15, and I thought for 2 4Ks that was a pretty good deal. But this is the Kingsman collection box. Hell yeah, Zulawski is God. Just got the Silver Globe Mondo Vision release. Yeah, I bought the Eureka set and I haven't watched it yet, so we'll see. I'm holding out for the second sight of Possession, because I have the Mondo of Possession. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's up there. But I would love to have that on 4K. Famously, spy films are my least favorite genre. But I saw Kingsman when it came out. I went to see it with my girlfriend at the time in high school, and I had a blast with it. I don't know. He like murks a fucking 100 dudes in a church or whatever. Like, that's pretty fun, right? I remember thinking that these were fun enough. Or the first one, anyway. I haven't seen the second one. Looking if these have codes in them that I need to pull out. They do not, or I already did it. So, off-brand, but I thought that that was a fun double pickup. Next. So this next one... I bought this because I thought that the packaging looked incredible, and I wanted to make sure I got it, and I got it off of Hamilton Book. They had a good deal on it. I guess it didn't sell as many. I have the Second Sight one. It's great. The Second Sight of Possession? That hasn't come out yet, right? Hold on. Did I miss something? I have the Mondo Vision of Possession. You got me freaked out, dude. There's an umbrella one. Do you have the umbrella? Yeah, umbrella has it. And then looks like there's a bunch. Just overwhelming my computer, freaking out. Like, did I forget about this? Umbrella. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember when that came out. Looks like a French company also put it out. Uh, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. Yeah, but I'm holding out because I think Second Sight was announced to have it a while ago. I just don't know if they put it out yet, or I guess they haven't, but I don't know when they're planning on it. So, in any case, um, okay, I bought this off of Hamilton Book because I really wanted to make sure I got the limited edition because it looked super fancy, and this is some of my favorite artwork of any physical media release. This is the Crimson Peak 4K. Hello, my name is Brett. Good to see you. Hey, bud. What's up? Brett of the Living Dead. Nice. There's that, and then it has like kind of a book thing going on. Some nice artwork inside. And it has a ribbon. It is, admittedly, a whole thing. And then we have, I believe this is the disc. No, this is the book. Yeah, we got a chunky ass book going on here in like this case, which is pretty nice. It's pretty gorgeous little book there, honestly. All right, I gotta be so real with y'all. When I bought this, I was disappointed, and I was kind of like, I feel like I didn't need the deluxe limited version of it. I love that we get movies like Crimson Peak in 4K now. Crimson Peak rules. I love Crimson Peak. Okay, so it's just like a disc tray at the bottom of the well here. And then there's a bunch of art cards, which, art cards. And then a poster. I don't remember what artwork this comes with. Yeah, so you get this one, which is nice, and you get this one, just, whoops, also nice. But, okay, I was disappointed when I bought this because I think I thought the book would be a little bit more extensive. I think I thought that the material would be a little bit nicer. And I thought that the poster would be this arrow artwork, which is phenomenal. I don't know, this book is really nice. I'm like looking at it. Hardcover. Are there like, yeah, there's essays in here. Some nice art and like stills and stuff. But the main thing that I felt was disappointing about this release was, hold on, get that back out. My ribbon is all right. Okay. Is that this fine print is off center. It bothers me, and it makes it feel kind of cheap. It's also it arrived kind of scuffed, but that might have been my doing. I don't know. Yeah, I hate J cards, dude. I just watched Crimson Peak, love the bloody snow, not a fan of Chastain. I like Jessica Chastain. But yeah, I love this movie. I think it's great. Now we just need a 4K of Dante's Peak, then we can have a peak night of movie watching. That's so true. So I'm considering trading this. Genuinely spooked by the devil behind the door this time. Yeah. I was considering trading this. Like if somebody had the 4K of Cruising or maybe like Zombie or something that they wanted to trade for this, I would be open for that. But I don't know. I am looking at it again and it is nice. We'll just see. Someone make me an offer if you want this. and I might just get the standard. Next, here's a set that I bought a while ago that I'm very excited about. This is the Indicator set from Hollywood to Heaven, the Lost and Saved Films of the Ormond family. This is just a really fascinating premise where like this weirdo family of exploitation filmmakers found Jesus and then made psycho exploitation films about Jesus. But yeah, Indicator maybe has the best box sets in the game, like straight up. I think that they're always like beautiful and they're very space efficient as well. And their art cards are actually like nice. um but yeah, we have this nice booklet in here too to help contextualize all of this because again, I think this is going to be a largely academic affair. Um but yeah, you have the cases here. I don't know, this is a really nice set. And I got this on Orbit, I think. They were doing an Indicator sale, and I got this for a really nice price. So, this is kind of scandalous. You got the titty picture here, you know. But yeah. God Awful Movies has actually done a number of these films, so I'm excited for the journey, as it were, going through these. Um, love that set. Wish it had a doc on it, though. Fat guy in a Speedo, shout out. That's the screen name. I promise I wasn't just being rude for no reason. um, we love fat kings. That's an established thing about this stream. I can't wait till I have my big desk back. If I can do this better. Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't have a documentary, but maybe the book is sort of your context here. And I mean, there is no shot that I am reading all the special features on here, but they are extensive. Like they put in the work. It's crazy. Yeah, these art cards are nice. So I'm really stoked to have this. Indicator is one of those companies where I definitely prioritize their limited edition sets. And I mean, it works, but it's also unfortunate because I feel like this stuff should just be available, you know? Kind of wish it was more like a Severin model, but it is what it is. Hopefully my sound is okay because I'm moving around a lot. Next, I bought this directly from my friend Craig Rogers of Deaf Crocodile. He worked on the restoration of this and he had extra copies lying around, so he sold it to me for a good price. I don't remember how much, but this is Chameleon Films, I think. No, it's not. The name of the film is Chameleon Street, and the company is, well, I don't remember what the name of the company is. Arblos. Shout out, have a nice life, fans. And then it comes with this sort of accordion art thing, which is interesting. And the limited edition comes in an envelope slipcase, which is certainly unique. And I have set this aside for over a year now to show it to you all instead of just putting it where it should be. So hopefully y'all can appreciate it. But he also sent me a Deaf Crocodile trading card for Ilya Muromets. Nice. So I'll put that in my copy of Ilya Muromets. Yeah, that was a nice little thing that he threw in for me, so I appreciated that. Arbelos is great. Yeah, their stuff is expensive, but they look like high quality and good films. I've heard nothing but great things about that. And yeah, he was selling it for a good price, so I wanted to scoop it. Next, this was just an Amazon purchase, I think. Warner Archive, The Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm. And I know that this is like a 2-disc thing, and it has like, it's pretty stacked with supplements and stuff, and I'm a big fan of this sort of... Is this animated? Mm, not clear, but it looks like really cool fantasy stuff that I'm generally into. And it has a booklet, so yeah, this one's pretty stacked, and I'm looking forward to it. Next, we have a handful of thrift purchases. Just like, pretty sure I bought these at the local queer thrift store for like $1 a piece. Something like that. Yeah. But we have Cars, The Magnificent Seven, and The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh on Blu-ray. If y'all want these slipcovers, by the way, let me know if anybody wants them, because I don't. And I don't know, they're kind of nice, honestly, so it'd be a shame to let them go to waste. I don't know, maybe I'll keep them, who knows. If somebody wants them, I'll send them for sure. Um, I've not seen any of those, and I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen the animated ones. I think I've seen Cars and Winnie the Pooh, but it's been so long that I functionally haven't. And then the last one, before we take a quick break and I go get the second stack here. This was probably in my purchase with Man with a Movie Camera, but we have the Masters of Cinema edition of White Dog. Criterion has been dragging their feet on upgrading the DVD of this, because it's been in the collection for a long time. But this edition is excellent. It looks great. It has tons of supplements. It has a booklet. And in case you didn't know, this film is so good. Like, it is excellent. It's fantastic. And I like this artwork quite a bit too. Essentially, this is a film about a dog who is trained to attack black people. Like, it's a sort of tool of like a racist group of people or something. And then somebody takes it upon himself to like try to retrain this dog. Um, it's pretty intense. It's a lot. It's very serious, but it is fantastic. Sam Fuller, hell yeah. Parrot with Little Darlings. Interesting. Interesting. Not what I would have gone for in terms of what I know about these two films, right? But yeah, I loved this. I thought it was excellent, and I highly recommend picking this up instead of waiting for Criterion to get their shit together. All right, y'all. That's phase one. That's most of it. It's just a bit left. And then we'll be done for tonight. Feel free to drop in chats if you have anything you'd like to say. Christy McNichol. Oh, okay. Yeah, feel free to drop any chats. If anybody's feeling generous, feel free to drop a donation. Help me move, please. And we will return shortly. All right, y'all. BRB. Hope y'all enjoyed that look behind the hood for a second as I fucked it up. Okay, I was gonna say hopefully we didn't lose too many people, but it looks like we lost about half. So hopefully, hopefully people will cycle back in as they see that I have indeed returned. Um, I have returned equipped my favorite my favorite cheat food, chocolate soy milk, because I'm hungry and we got a ways to go. Um, I say cheat food not because it's unhealthy, but because I feel like I'm cheating because it is nutritionally identical to like real food, but I can drink it. Hell yeah. That is the vegan autistic special. My chat reset on my window, so feel free to fill it back up and chat with me. Um, let's go. Cauldron was having a sale, and I picked up their little Lucio Fulci bundle that they were doing. This is a contraband with one of the variant slipcases. It's pretty nice artwork. Um, and there's your original. Haven't popped this one in yet, but we love the sick freak, our friend Lucio. Lucio Fulci. Um, and then this was a fun surprise, but it also came with City of the Living Dead slash The Gates of Hell, and this wasn't advertised, but I think somewhere I missed it. It said that there was like gonna be a surprise in it, and it was the original Gates of Hell slipcase, which is pretty cool that they threw this in. Um, I gotta admit, I'm not the biggest fan of this artwork. Like, there's other ones that I like better. I don't know. I just think the skull looks kind of goofy, but I do like the hanged priest on the back, so that's cool. And then we got our artwork there. And we have the commissioned artwork as a reversible, which I'm honestly not a huge fan of, but I watched this with somebody that I'm seeing, and they liked it. This was like our second date, so I was I was happy about that. I was like, let's just dive right in. Let's watch the fucking Gates of Hell. And honestly, rewatching it, it wasn't as nasty as I thought it would, as I like remembered it being. It's fine, you know. It's really not that big. It's not that bad. Like if you're the type of person that can like watch horror movies, like if you've seen The Exorcist, I feel like you can handle this. Or if you've seen Terrifier, you can handle this, you know. And the restoration is really, really good, but it's not quite as good as I thought it would be, to be completely honest. I don't know if the arrow is any better, but I mean, it still looks as good as you can reasonably expect. Um, Next, TerraVision was having their warehouse sale, and I wanted to help them out. So I kind of strategically bought a few things that I know have not been selling well for them because they seemed really cool to me, and I want them to put out more films like this. But the first one is Welcome to Hell. Brad talked about this in the interview I did with him. This is like a black metal movie with a female director and all sorts of stuff. So here's your original cover art. But this is a contemporary film that I guess didn't sell very well, but I'm excited about it and I like this artwork. So this one I am especially excited about. This is a women in prison film from Indonesia. This is called Escape from Hellhole. And apparently this one is selling like really badly. And it looks great. So yeah, definitely wanted to support this. I'm a fan of the Indonesian films that I've seen. I am a fan of international films in general. So I definitely wanted to make a point to support this. Actually, I might do a review for it because I am so late on the reviews that I owe them, and I want to help them out. They're a great label, so Escape from Hellhole. And finally, I found this one at Walmart. It does not have the nice slip on it that the ones you buy on the website do, but it has a slip nonetheless. And this looked fun, and I just wanted to support it. I actually checked a few Walmarts for this because I wanted to find it in the wild and support them. And, you know, It's Walmart. They had stuff I needed anyway. So this is Frogman. Hell yeah, dude. How bad can it be? This is like a found footage frog movie, and it's got like a shit ton of short films on it. That's got to be delightful, right? So I'm excited about that. Next, Severin did a big sale a while ago, and they had like a section of like heavily discounted stuff like Vinegar Syndrome style, and I wanted to go ahead and catch up on some stuff, and some of the stuff was going out of print, so I have a pretty big Severin stack in front of me. I think all of this was like $100, which is not bad for how much it is, but obviously that was a bit of an investment. And yeah, this was a while ago. Carcass loved Frogman. That's good. I am very glad to hear that. I've been looking forward to seeing it. I just have too much stuff to watch. I'm sure that's a pretty common problem in this community, around this, in this space, around these parts, right? I still need to watch Frogman. Also can't wait for Arbor Day and Gator Bait. Yo, I'm excited about the Gator Bait 4Ks. And I like the shirt and the hat too. Like, I think that's fun. Maybe if I had my shit together in time and I was doing their reviews, they would have sent it to me, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds, right? Okay, Severin. This okay. This is the Beast in Heat. I hope I actually don't get flagged for this. The Beast in Heat. This is a Nazi exploitation film. And it is apparently one of the rougher ones. And I watched this with some friends because I'm sick and demented like that. Oof, Dustin, unrelated, but when will you be seeing Bring Her Back? Loved it, but brace yourself. I have tickets for it tomorrow night. Me and a friend are gonna go see it. Should I be nervous? Should I be anxious? I'm like, how bad can it be? Like, you know, but I don't know. Because I actually am sensitive to really, really horrific violence. I have to like take it in at my own pace and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about it. I didn't like Talk to Me as much as other people did. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't think it was like a fucking game changer like other people seem to. But you know, I have high hopes for this, so we'll see. Anyway, The Beast in Heat. Yeah, I watched this and I have a review for it on my letterbox. It is pretty nasty and pretty indefensible and pretty bad, but it's also not oof. Winston Terror. But it is not as much of those things as I thought it was going to be. Like a lot of this has like footage from like a different like regular World War II film, and it's following like some anti-fascist like resistance groups. So like I think politically it at least attempts to be in the right place. And like the nasty stuff in here is nasty and it's pretty indefensible, but like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like it isn't wall to wall that stuff. This is a genre that I find difficult to defend, but you know, interested in from a sort of academic perspective. And there is a documentary on here called "Fascism on a Thread: The Strange Story of Nazi Exploitation Cinema," which is pretty good. It's not super high budget or anything, but it gets the job done, and it is fairly informative. So there's that one. My friends hated it. I kind of liked it. I thought it was like fine, honestly. I thought it was interesting more than it was good, but yeah, I don't regret buying it, I guess. Next from Intervision. This is the Plaga Zombie trilogy with this cool like comic book art. Yeah, I don't know, 3 movies for like it was like $8. I like was like, okay, sure. It has 8 short films. Like, bro, I don't know. I'll give these a shot for sure, you know? There's only so many hours left in my life, but I will give I will give these a shot. Um Next, I bought this because it was $5. I don't know that I have any shot of liking it, but This is Overboard. Just think it's interesting that they put this out. And apparently, it was on a drunk whim that what's his name? David Gregory. He said on the Seven Films podcast that he was literally drunk and he called his guy and was like, "Are the rights for this available? Cool, go ahead and buy them." um, sure, $5. Why not? Exact same artwork, so that slipcover is superfluous. The Boys Next Door, a film by Penelope Spheres. Really good. Female directed, kind of artsy exploitation horror trash. um, from the director of Wayne's World. She was doing some nasty shit back in the day. This movie's really good. It's very homoerotic. It's very much like a teen delinquent crime film too. Um, I dig it, and I'm happy to have it and revisit it. Um, and there's some good features on here too. I like rented this back in the day, so yeah, excited to add that one. That's a recommendation from me. Um, next, this one might have been going out of print, or it was just really cheap, but it's also supposed to be like really, really fucked up, which, you know, I gravitate towards. This is Family Portraits, a trilogy of America. It says the worldwide Blu-ray premiere of Douglas Buck's devastating anthology. 3 short films about the brutal disillusion of the American family elicited both horrified gasps and standing ovations at film festivals around the world. Yeah, I don't know. Some short films on here too, but I was intrigued. So there's that. This is a nice slipcover. This is a VS style slipcover. This is a Bloody Pit of Horror. I think it was $10. Twitch to the Death Nerve, Sam Deegan covered this on that podcast. So it was on my list of stuff to watch. And figured this was as good a time as any when it's on a nice sale. So need to check that out. I have been meaning to get this for a minute. This is not the nicest quality slipcover, but I love the artwork and I love this movie. This is a Don't Go in the House. I mean, that's nasty shit. That's fucking intense, you know? Yeah, this movie is fucked up. There's the back of it. It's definitely like sleazy video nasty exploitation stuff, but like I think it certainly justifies its existence. Not that it has to, but I think it does with like some interesting commentary on I think this is a kind of a relevant film today with all this discourse about the male loneliness epidemic and about the kind of dangers of that sort of line of thinking or male entitlement or this, that, and the other. Some proto incel cinema going on here. And then this one I think was just straight up going out of print, and it's supposed to be pretty intense. And I was excited about it, or interested in it at least. It's hand numbered. That's cool. 2,500 copies. No Way Home. Tim Roth starring joint. So, see about that one. And then finally, I caught this on the Criterion Channel back in the day, and it's not my favorite film or anything, but I certainly found it interesting, and I did really enjoy it. This is Next of Kin. This is a film about, like, well, let me just let the synopsis do the work here, because I haven't seen it in a long time. When a young woman inherits a creaky retirement home, she'll find herself in a waking nightmare of murder, madness, and a legacy of evil that may be inescapable. Yeah. It's an Australian film. It's a weird, kind of slow, artsy movie with a crazy, crazy ending. So I dug this. And I'm excited to have it in the collection with the special features. It looks like there's some commentaries on here and an intro from Kayla Janice, who is the GOAT. So that's cool. I talked about this on a stream a while back, but this was you know, in the tradition of extremely fucked up movies that I want to see. This is a single press, so I wanted to make sure I got it, but this is the 4K from Blue Underground of Goodbye Uncle Tom. This was on sale on Amazon, and then there was like another chunky coupon on top of it. Um, I like that the pull quote here is embossed. That's fun. Every scene looks you straight in the eye and spits. Okay. But yeah, this is depending on who you ask, this is like completely indefensible or a really important and kind of disturbing socio-political commentary. But this is a 4-disc set, 4K Blu-ray and CD. And I think depending on which cut you see is which of those takes you're gonna have. So in any case, I do want to see it. I have an interest in these fucked up Mondo movies, so it has both cuts on it, and it has, oh, another thing is it has 2 feature-length documentaries on it that I think will really help in contextualizing the director and the movement and the film, etc. So there's that. Going kind of fast because I'm starting to lose my voice, so let's keep going. This would have been last July is when I bought these. This was the Criterion sale trip. I had a Barnes & Noble gift card, which took care of one of them, but I wanted to get another one, you know. This is My Beautiful Laundrette. This is a great certified queer classic. If you wanted to see Daniel Day-Lewis be really fucking gay and drink champagne out of another man's mouth, you should watch this movie. It's got great supplements on it too. I watched this a while ago and really enjoyed it. And I thought I had it in my collection. And Blu-ray.com, I think, had made a mistake where it told me that I did. Like, it was, like, incorrectly listed in my collection. So and then for whatever reason, it ended up on my Letterboxd list of movies that I own, but I didn't own it. And that was just bothering me. So I thought I'd go ahead and correct that and buy it. And then one of my favorite movies, the very first trans directors to be added into the Criterion Collection, the Wachowski sisters in Bound, or directing Bound. This is another fucking queer banger. This is a sapphic classic. This movie is just amazing from a script writing perspective, screenwriting perspective, from the directing perspective, editing, blocking, suspense, all of it is so good. Like, it's a perfect crime movie, and it's also really hot. I don't know what to tell you, but it is, like, they do a great job. The sexual tension here is palpable. You could cut the sex in the air with a knife in this movie. It whips, and shout out Sister Hyde on the artwork. And I think there are some good supplements on here as well. I'm not sure why these got separated, but hey, we got 16 people watching. We're almost back to our pre-break numbers of 20, 22, something like that. So feel free to say hey if you're in the chat. Hamilton book. I placed that order with the Crimson Peak, and this was the rest of the stuff that was in there. Because it was all just really cheap. This is a Film Movement Classics edition. It's got a clear case and it's square, which is nice. This is I Am a Dancer. Don't know anything about this, but it looked interesting. I like the artwork. It's a prestigious arty-farty movie, and it was like fucking $3 or something crazy. It's got a booklet and everything. Shout out Film Movement. They are really overtaking the OCN stuff. But, hey, Carcass. Thank you. I really appreciate that. We got the $5. Let's go. That'll get me somewhere in my moving ventures. I really do appreciate that. Let's run that back. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you. Do you like Carcass the band? I don't even know if that's how you pronounce your name, but Carcass is one of my favorite metal bands. So next we have Dirty Dancing. Again, just kind of slowly replacing the stuff that I had that I lost in the divorce. I like this movie a lot. the slipcover that was on my previous copy was really nice, and this doesn't have that, but that's okay. It'll take up less space, and I can sleeve this. But this is a great movie. It's pro-abortion, feminist, classic. Next we have Three Brothers. This is an old Arrow Academy release, so I don't know if Radiance will be reissuing this or whatever, but again, I don't know anything about it, but you know, the nice edition and everything, and it was cheap as fuck. Don't remember the total, but I think for all of this I paid like $50, and that's including the real chunky, brand new Arrow limited edition thing. Next we have, excuse me, Blackfish from Magnolia. I don't know how well this holds up, but I saw this back in the day when I was first going vegetarian, when I was first getting into animal rights. And is this really choppy? It's looking okay on my end, but it looks like on the stream side, it's looking pretty choppy. Is that correct? Is that how it's looking? Let me close some tabs. Hopefully that clears it up a bit. I can't tell if just the playback that I'm watching is choppy or if I'm actually streaming choppy. So feedback on that would be appreciated. Anyway, Blackfish. This is a pretty devastating, sad documentary about SeaWorld and their less than ideal treatment of animals. So, it's not a fun watch, but I think it's important. And shout out Shamu, shout out orcas. Be nice to animals. Please and thank you. Okay. Next, this is a Kino order that I made that I kind of felt I made against my will, but it is what it is. They just kind of announced very quickly that like a bunch of their shit was going out of print. Like a bunch of their 4Ks were going out of print very quickly. And they were like $10 each. And I was just like, I'm never going to get these films on 4K that cheap again. I just got to do it. And then I needed like a handful of extra things to make it to the free shipping threshold. So I got a couple extra things. Let's do the 4Ks first. First we have Dress to Kill. These are all Criterion upgrades that are reverting to Criterion. Although literally the day after I bought this, Arrow announced their edition, which is definitely going to be better, but whatever. I would have liked to have the Bloodhouse commentary on it, but what can you do? This is a film that I have complicated feelings about, probably for obvious reasons, but it is what it is. And I think maybe now that I'm expecting that, I can go into it kind of knowing that and maybe give it a little bit more grace. But I found the experience of watching this frustrating, even though it is pretty immaculately made. And it has a sequence in a New York City subway that made me never want to be alone on public transportation ever again. Next, we have The Manchurian Candidate. This movie is amazing, and I love this artwork. Fun that I got the slip on it. But yeah, I definitely don't feel like I need any Criterion editions of this. Happy with this, but I love this movie. It is a great classic Hollywood film. Check that shit out. Next, we have Some Like It Hot. This is a queer classic, probably the best ending line of any film ever made. The fucking goat Billy Dubs, the director here. Probably hang on to my Criterion. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm glad to have this so I don't have to upgrade it. In the Heat of the Night, I don't have the Criterion of this and I've never seen it, but this has the 2 sequels on it, so all 3 of those for $10 is like a no-brainer, you know? Yeah, excited to see these. And then the ones that I needed to get to free shipping. This was going out of print as well, and I've been wanting to see it for a while. This is Desaad. I know friends of the show, Annie Rose Malamet of Girls, Guts, and Jello, and Sam Deegan are big fans of this film. Or not this film, of the Marquis de Sade. I don't know how they feel about this film in particular, but um, I also like the Marquis de Sade, or at least I think he's interesting. So intrigued about that. And then this was pretty universally recommended to me. Kamikaze Hearts. I had somehow never heard of this until I bought it, but this is like supposed to be a complete banger. Another queer classic. And I believe the BFI has a better version of it, but whatever. If I need to upgrade it at some point down the line, we can address that when we get to it. Next, I think this was actually a second and Charles trip. Hey Celeste, hope you are well. Are you interested in the upcoming imprint release of David Lynch's Dune? Maybe. Is it better than The Arrow? Is it substantially different than The Arrow? Because that's going to be more accessible and more affordable to me. But it's not a film I like, to be honest. It's just a film I would need to get to complete my David Lynch collection, you know? And it's one that I want to revisit. So, maybe. But hey, Tony, thanks for being here. Yeah, I found some other cool stuff at Second and Charles, and this is what I got. 2 Kino releases. These are both like less than $10, I think. Pretty reasonable. This is the Silent Avant-Garde set. 21 experiments with silent film and new music. This was sick. I loved this. This is like exactly what it is, like avant-garde short films from the silent era. And then there are also segments of films that are lost, but these like segments were from different directors and those have survived. But yeah, we have $24 Island from 1925, Einstein Mexican Footage from 1930, Anemic Cinema from 1926, Pas de Deux from 1924, Vorka Pitch montage sequences from 28 and 34, A Bronx Morning from 31, Look Park, I think that was my favorite on the set, from 73, Life and Death of 9413 from 27, Hand from 27, Return to Reason, a banger, from 27, 23, Manhattan from 21, Ballet Mechanique from 24, Hearts of Age from 34, Escape from 38, New York, New York from 49, The Eclipse from 36, Tanga Fe from 06, 22, and 2022? I don't remember that. And then The Enchanted City from 22. Yeah, this is a really, really cool set. I recommend picking this up in a sale. It's nice to just get like 21 jolts of like really cool experimental cinema. And the other one, it's just weird finding this like in the wild in a store, is a Basse-Moi. Terrible pronunciation, I'm sure, but this translates a couple different ways, but one of the translations is Rape Me, which is obviously pretty intense, but this is like a feminist rape revenge movie starring like real pornographic actresses, and I've heard really great things about it. So it's got a commentary from Kat Ellinger. Shout out. It's got a making of. Nice. It's nice to see people chatting in my chat. That's nice. Checking in on each other. That's good. Yeah, I was going to talk about this on a podcast, but it didn't end up panning out. So I guess I'll just check it out. Or I was going to say fun, but that doesn't sound right. For my own viewing. Sure. This next one, we're almost done. This next one, there is a store near me that basically sells unclaimed mail. And so you can find some weird stuff there. You can find some crazy boutique Blu-ray stuff and imports and stuff. Most of the time they know what it's worth and they charge what it's worth. Now it's a hard watch but a good one. Yeah, that sounds accurate. And so you don't really get a deal there. But this one I felt like was reasonably priced. And I think that this was before a domestic 4K was announced, and this was the only one that you could get. But this is Paddington 2 in 4K. There's a UK released with like a hole in the slipcover. And it's still sealed. That's interesting. Um, yeah. I thought the first Paddington film was just okay, but I've heard that this is a certified classic. So I'm excited for that. And I didn't get the chance to check out the new one in theaters, so after I see that, I'll be catching up. Finally, we're done for a while. Again, in case you missed the first parts or whatever, this is not what I've acquired in the past week or something. Like, this is well over a year's worth of stuff. Um, so we're catching up, right? All the Paddington movies are so sweet. They are sweet, like marmalade. I went to a media swap at my local goth slash fetish club and dropped off some zines and books and stuff. And I didn't feel right claiming these because I felt like somebody else might be able to use them more or want them more. But at the end of the day, people were packing up, and then I was like, well, I might as well if they're right there. This is parts 1 and 2 of Attack on Titan on Blu-ray. I saw the first season of this back in the day, and I thought it was good enough. And so, I don't know, maybe I'll end up getting more into it, but anime on Blu-ray can be expensive. It looks like these are pretty well in print, and they're not worth much, but whenever I do decide to watch it, I'll have a nice way of doing it. And they're still sealed, which is nice too. So, wow, okay, y'all, we did it. How we doing? Checking in? Yeah, any last minute chats, donations, etc. we will go over. And I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna rest my voice for a second and let some chats come in, and then we'll be done. It's 10 o'clock. I'll probably, I don't know, man, watch something. That's what I should do. I'll eat. That's what I should do. I need to eat something, and then I'll watch something. What else do I have to do today? I have to finish doing postcards. That can be tomorrow. I wanted to start packing. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. 16 people here. Thank you all for sticking with me. I know I've been at this for a little while at this point. But I appreciate it. All right. Next week, there might not be a stream next week because I'm moving. So I might not have a setup to stream from. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to wait until the last minute to move my streaming stuff and my recording equipment and stuff. So we'll see how it goes by next week, but we might have to skip a week. All right, well, we're at the end, so let's run back the things. I want to say thank you to 9V Digital Cinema for signing up on my Patreon. That is very cool. Thank you to Chris for subscribing. And thank you to Carcass for the $5 donation. It's very kind of you, and I appreciate it. All right, y'all. We've made it 2.5 hours. I think that's it for me. Be kind to one another. This will be edited into a segment eventually, and that's it.